Hey guys, Todd here at 306 Foxbody. The time has come. We're going to be putting the headliner into the car, and we're starting from scratch. There's our old headliner. It's kind of beat up and rough. It had some rips in it and stuff like that, and I thought it was just time to start really fresh. So I got brand new headliner material, and I made a brand new backing board that gets fixed up to the roof that the headliner material sticks to. So we're really starting fresh. The material wasn't that expensive. You could go to if you go to any upholstery shop, they can order it. It's a scarlet red headliner material. So once the headliner will be new, the tough thing is to make everything else look as good as we could get it, so it looks almost as good as the headliner. So I'll go get my material after I clean all around there, and I'll clean my work area. We'll get at it. Okay, so here's what we did with the board that I cut out. Check this out. I initially bent this and then put some epoxy in there, hoping it would keep its shape, but I ended up slicing some grooves in just to help with any contours. It might not really need it, but I put that in anyways. So this is for your interior light. There's little notches all the way around associated with making it fit. And of course, this is the side that we're going to glue the material on. On the old headliner, it said to cut about 3 inches all the way around to have enough material for wrapping around this area. So we're going to put some a blanket down so I don't get anything dirty, and I'm going to bring out my headliner. I'll lay it down, cut it out the best I can, and start gluing it. And it really shouldn't take that long. So when I went to buy the new headliner, the scarlet red, the owner of the upholstery shop, he made an interesting point, because I wanted to bring in a piece of the headliner. He said, bring in a sun visor. Now check this out. Here's an original sun visor. Here's the sun visor to the headliner. Look at this. This looks almost burgundy, and this looks more scarlet red. Just, hard to... That's just what we see with this. Now, look at that. It's pretty close. This is a lot closer to that than this is to the original headliner. And he did order scarlet red, just like what the car should have. So I'm sure, once it's in there, it'll look darker once it's in the car because it'll be facing down. One other thing I'm going to check out. So with our molding, this has to be cleaned up, but that still looks acceptable because see, look at how different that looks even. So going back to here, this will look fine. So we'll get at cutting everything out, adhering the liner to the board, and I'm using this 3M super trim adhesive. The fellow recommended give this a light coat. Don't get it so soaking wet that when you push down on it, you're going to have divots. You want it to be sitting on the foam and nothing more, because you want to have that headliner look smooth. So make sure the nozzle's nice and clean. So just giving it a light coat so it just sits on top of the foam backing. I don't want to saturate it. Basically, I'm going to fold it over nicely and then flip the other side over and glue the backing over there and roll it back. Okay, here we flipped it over just to get the glue on this side, and then we'll nicely roll it back, and then we'll let it dry. This so far seems like the way to do it. I'm sure there's other ways to do it. If you're working by yourself, this might be a good way to do it. If you have a second person with you, if you guys want to stretch it out, then put it down. Keep in mind there is kind of lines in the fabric, so I made it square with going front to back because that's how the old one was. So yeah, we'll give it a couple minutes and then we'll roll her back over, see how it looks. Hey guys, so I'm working on the headliner of the 92 and I realized I need a little bit of a better A-pillar plastic. I'm missing some of the screws for the sun visors. They're a silver screw. I don't want to just throw anything in. I think when you have the opportunity to throw the right part in, even a fastener, it's always best. So I'm going out to my buddy Shane's place. We're just going to go and get some fasteners and a A-pillar plastic for the driver's side. So hopefully Shane has something. Hey guys, back in the shop tonight. I got my little helper with me. Hey, are you my helper? Are you my helper? Yes, you are. Anyways, went and saw Shane. Here's what we got. Whole bunch of here's what we got. A whole bunch of fasteners. I was missing a little plug on the cowl, and I was hoping to get a new A-pillar plastic. We found some off of a 79 part number and I think an 83 part number, but the screw hole on the bottom is different. It goes in on a way different angle, plus the bottom here, that's a different shape. So just in case you want to update that, you have to get pretty much a 87 or newer, or if you want a red one, probably I'm guessing a 90 or 91 and newer. But this one's broken, so we're going to do a plastic weld on it. I scuffed up the area because I'll be putting some epoxy down, but I'm going to plastic weld it first with my soldering gun. So as this heats up, we'll get working on this and we'll see how far we get. Check this out. We'll take a look from the inside. As you can see, I put the trim in on the inside to help hold up the headliner, and I put the light in. I got the battery disconnected, but basically we just got to trim this up and get it to glue onto this edge all the way around. It'll be somewhat, well, not really tricky, but I'll have to take my time, get it right. Okay, I plastic welded it, and I'm going to put some epoxy on the back, and I filled in this hole here, and I sanded it down, but I'll do the old little trick to see if we could make that whitish looking plastic disappear. And heat it up until it's turning color. Helps make it disappear anyways. A little better. And then I'll go over it with my Scarlet Red. I'll just touch it up a bit more, and well, here's the finished product. I just sprayed a little bit of the red interior paint on. It'll get a little bit duller as we speak. And at a glance, it looks amazing. So anyways, that'll get us by for now. Okay guys, here's an update on the headliner material. I finally glued it to the sunroof opening. I used some clothespins, but we didn't have many clothespins around the house, so I used some of my wife's best hair clips. She probably hid most of them on me, but I worked my way around little by little. Didn't do a whole bunch at once. What I'm going to do is, once this dries, I'm going to cut this along here, a nice edge, to get rid of this excess. And then I noticed when I took the weather stripping off, there was a sealant applied around here. That way you don't get water wicking up the headliner material and then, make a mess. So that's important. Cut it along this edge, put the sealant in, and then put the headliner material down. Okay, everything's trimmed all the way around. I guess we're going to go and get some sealant and put some sealant all the way around, but I'm going to test fit my sunroof gasket just to make sure everything's all right. And if you ever have these out with the sunroof guides where it slides in, I put some extra sealant around there. It's still not dry, but just to keep everything happy in that department. Well guys, here's the finished product. I didn't want to bore you with me putting in the sunroof gasket, but I wiped up any residue that was around the edges. So there is sealant right up to the edge of this gasket underneath here, so that's good. Let's check out the inside. Actually, I'll come around to the driver's side. I am 100% pretty happy with this. Anyways, I got it as good as I could get it, and I am really happy with it. That's all I could say. Well guys, I spent the rest of the night doing all the little tedious work. I was sandblasting parts of the sunroof, all the little pieces. And you know, quite a few of these sunroof guides, if you ever take your sunroof out, I guess it would probably be the powder coating or the paint on here, it'll flake off in a big sheet. So I buffed this up with the wire wheel and I painted it with bed liner. So truck automotive bed liner. I thought it would seal it off good. It's pretty durable. It should, you know, last a decent amount. And tomorrow night we'll paint all around here. And then we could put the sunroof together. I took everything apart so I get it nice and fresh and clean for all around. I'm going to clean the glass really good, paint around the edges, and then we can pop the sunroof in, and then the outside of the car will be sealed off from all the elements. So, not that it's going to rain anytime soon in Saskatchewan, but at least if I have to park the car outside and if it's snowing or if I can't get it in the garage, I don't have to worry about covering it up. So I'm pretty happy with the way it's looking. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and I'm going to go back in the house, all done for another night, and we will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers. There she is. Sunroof's in.